Reading of an extract from the short story Meeting Rosanna from the book Two and a Half Rainbows, a collection of short stories written by Siddhartha Krishnan and published by notionpress.com.
Meeting Rosanna, Part 1. Serendipity. The streets of Kochi were glistening that morning. Dull browns had given way to bright greens. Translucent droplets desperately clung on to the flora, delicately encasing the colors of the rainbow. The once parched earth was emanating an intoxicating fragrance as the southwest monsoon winds finally reached the Kerala coastline. The Yavans, Greeks and Romans, who had used these winds to propel their giant boats to the coast of Kerala over 2,000 years ago to engage in spice trade, knew this natural phenomena. The drizzle resumed after a brief pause, and joyously getting drenched in it was Joseph. The wrath of the merciless sun over the past months made him mischievously leave his umbrella at home before taking the short drive to the lagoon. However, once there, he was hesitant to take the treacherous wooden ramp leading to the Chinese fishing nets. He wasn't willing to trust his legs. But this was his day to eat some spicy prawn curry, splendidly complemented by a glass of toddy. Given the weather, he wouldn't let go of this opportunity, so he forced himself to lift his jittery foot towards the wooden ramp. "Hold on," shouted a man who was expertly maneuvering a canoe boat swiftly through the waters. It was Thankappan, the fisherman. Joseph felt relieved upon seeing him. "Here you are," said Thankappan, handing over a bag full of freshly caught prawns to Joseph. The resultant smile on Joseph's face was a sight to behold. "What took you so long?" asked Joseph. "You are normally here before daybreak." "Sir, I am not to be blamed for this. It's the weather," replied Thankappan, sporting a naughty grin. "Oh yes, the weather," said Joseph, chuckling. The skies had turned dark grey, and a streak of lightning was seen in the horizon, followed by a loud rumbling sound. Nature, it seemed, had organized a spectacular show of light and sound amidst all that greenery. "So, what's special on the menu today?" asked Thankappan. "Spicy prawn curry, cooked in coconut oil with some red rice, ably complemented by my favorite booze," replied Joseph gleefully. "So, it's a grand party today," exclaimed Thankappan. Both had a good laugh, and just as they waved goodbyes to each other, a white sedan came to a screeching halt next to Joseph's black SUV. Out came a lady who was in a frenzy and whose mannerisms were amusing. The drizzle had suddenly intensified into a downpour, and Joseph, who should have made a sprint back to his car, surprisingly held himself back. "Please wait. Don't go," pleaded the lady. "Don't worry, madam. Take your time," said Thankappan. Joseph looked puzzled. "She is a new customer," whispered Thankappan as he pulled out another bag of prawns from his boat. It was beginning to rain heavily, and the umbrella that the lady was holding was not helping much. All Joseph could see through the rain was a thin, short frame with a face hidden behind the curly hair. The limp in her walk was unmissable, and it took her a few seconds to reach them. "I thought I wouldn't get here on time, as it's a long drive," said the lady. "Madam, you are just in time. I have a few tourists waiting at the resort for a boat ride," replied Thankappan, handing over the bag to the lady. From within the curly hair, the face slowly began to emerge. Joseph was keenly observing her because the sound of her voice, the scent of her perfume, her thick lips, her pointed nose, and her funny mannerisms seemed all too familiar. How could a person long gone for almost half a century, staying in a different time zone, thousands of miles away, mysteriously arrive that morning at the coast of this ancient city, along with the southwest monsoons? Joseph wondered. However, the little idiosyncrasies he had taken note of were too obvious to be dismissed as mere coincidence.